Hey y'all, I don't want y'all to go away. I want y'all to stay. But as you can see by the title, we are doing things a little bit different this week. I wanted to show y'all my book collection because I thought it would be pretty cute and fun for some people, for book lovers. But let me just tell y'all, like, let's get this out the way. I have not read all of these books. I just want to show y'all what I'm working with, what my book collection working with. So let me show y'all. Here it is, my book collection. It's a pretty good amount. So let's start with this one. So it's so crazy to say that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, because I definitely judged this book by its cover, and that's what people usually do when they're picking out books, right? They're looking at the cover to see. Oh, in other words, the cover is what brings you to the book most of the time, and then it's the title. For me, it's the cover art, then it's the title, and then the description in the back of it. So this one is called Training School for Negro Girls by Camille Aker. And I got this from the library back in August. It's February now. But the thing is, I'm having a hard time trying to focus on it. Like, the first chapter, it's not grabbing me. And I don't want to take this back, because I actually want to give this a chance, because I think maybe I would like it. I don't know. But there was a part in here that I actually like laughed at. Like, it was funny, and it's too inappropriate to say here, but I'm gonna just read y'all the description. When you're black and female in America, society's rules were never meant to make you safe or free. Camille Aker's relatable yet unexpected characters break down the walls of respectability politics, showing that the only way for black women to be free is to be themselves. That sounds like a good book, so I'm like trying my hardest to focus on this, and I'm on page 11. And I just recently started reading it. When I first got it, I only read like a page, and like my mind was somewhere else, so I just came back to it. But maybe my goal is to read at least 2 books a year. Everyone has their different goals with reading. Some people don't read at all, but I'm trying to get. I used to love reading when I was younger, and I love Judy Moody books. That has nothing to do with, I mean, I guess it do, but oh, so I haven't been much of a reader, but like I always want to read. Like, I always think about reading rather than going on my phone or whatever. But for me, it has to be like in a quiet space so I can actually zone in on the characters and what's going on, and paint my own picture in my head. But I need to get into this, and I want to finish this year. I want that to be one of my books that I finish this year. 2 books as my goal to complete sounds kind of like low, but it's my goal that I want to accomplish, and I believe I will. It's just a matter of time, you know. The reason I picked 2 books is because I just feel like I probably, if I make a bigger goal, then I probably won't do it. Simple as that. Next up is this book. I'm inserting a picture because I don't know where my mother put the book. This was the best book ever, and I realized after reading it, I enjoy hood books. I enjoy hood books that have drama, love, and all that jazz, but I loved that book. Like, it was so good. after reading it, I found out that they have a part 2. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and search for it, see where I can find it. But if you like hood books, and when I say hood books, I'm talking about, like, you know, the people that know. When I say hood books, I'm talking about people from the hood going through life stuff. It's a whole bunch of dramas. It was guns. It was a whole lot of stuff going on. It was guns. It was drugs. It was love. It was lust. It was a whole lot of stuff. Let me read a description. The book is called Harlem Girl Lost. It says, Google says, set in Harlem, this searing novel is a... Hold on, let me see how to pronounce that before I... Poignant, okay. Set in Harlem, this searing novel is a poignant and gritty portrait of urban survival of the ghetto's finest. It truly is. And most fierce. Silver Jones knows just how cruel life can be. Her mother was chewed up and spit out by its dark side, brutally murdered while turning a trick. Why they say it like that? Yeah, but get this book if you like hood books, if you enjoy hood books. Next up, Harlem Girl Lost is by Treasure E. Blue. Next book is Girl Boss by Sophia Amoroso. I believe that's how you say it. I have not read this one. It feels so light. I have not read this one, but I did watch the Netflix. Is that Netflix? Yeah, I believe it's on Netflix. A show about this girl that, honestly, she's started off struggling. She finds her way in life by selling things on Pinterest. And then it turns into a whole clothing line. Did I say Pinterest? I meant eBay. So Sophia, I'm gonna just say Sophia A. Spent her teens hitchhiking, committing petty theft, scrounging in dumpsters for leftover bagels. By age 22. What? She was 22. She had dropped out of school and was broke, directionless, and checking IDs in the lobby of an art school, a job she'd taken for the health insurance. It was in that lobby that Sophia decided to start selling vintage clothes on eBay. Some pictures in here. Maybe this would be my book that I complete as well this year. I had bought this as a gift for my mother because she had told me that she wanted it. She ain't opened it yet, so I took it. I was pretty intrigued by her whole story, and I loved how they brought it to Netflix and made it into a whole series. I was actually motivated into like actually doing more. If you don't know, then I do have a Poshmark. You can find things that I don't want. It's mainly things that I worn at least once or twice or never worn at all. You can find it. I'm gonna link it down below actually, if you're interested in purchasing any items from me. Next up is this, and man oh man, I have yet to finish this too, and I don't even know when the last time I read a page of this, but A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose by Eckhart Tolle. I hope I'm saying his name right. Description. With his best-selling spiritual guide, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle inspired millions of readers to discover the freedom and joy of life lived in the now. In A New Earth, Tolle expands on these powerful ideas to show how transcending our ego-based state of consciousness is not only essential to personal happiness, but also the key to ending conflict and suffering throughout the world. Tolle describes how our attachment to the ego creates the dysfunction that leads to anger, jealousy, and unhappiness. and shows readers how to awaken to a new state of consciousness and follow the path to a truly fulfilling existence. This book is pretty deep, not gonna lie. But if you into that, go ahead and read this. I see that I have a bookmark here on page 113, 112, 113. I always love this bookmark. But I also have a pen here. I see that I did some markings, so let me read a couple of sentences that I underlined. Okay, let's start off with this one. Life isn't as serious as my mind makes it out to be. Life isn't as serious as my mind makes it out to be. Saying that out loud, I'm like, it is that serious, but it's not. It's not. Next one. Unless you believe, parentheses, think exactly as they do, you are wrong in their eyes. And in the not too distant past, they would have felt justified in killing you for that. And some still do, even now. That's page 17. The first one was page 33. Let's read one more. Okay, two more. Page 105. To love is to recognize yourself in another. So beautiful. Okay, this is page 98. And this is actually one of my favorite things that I read from this book. Okay, so should I just read the whole? I'm gonna read the whole thing. This is about parenting, parents in general, whatever. Parents then cannot let go of being a parent, even when the child grows into an adult. They can't let go of the need to be needed by their child, even when the adult child is 40 years old. Parents can't let go of the notion, I know what's best for you. The role of parent is still being played compulsively, and so there is no authentic relationship. Parents define themselves by that role and are unconsciously afraid of loss of identity when they cease being parents. If their desire to control or influence the actions of their adult child is thwarted? I don't know if I'm saying it right. As it usually is, they will still start to critique. They will still start to criticize or show their disapproval, or try to make the child feel guilty, all in an unconscious attempt to preserve their role, their identity. I do plan on finishing this book because I do like it a lot, and I want to hear what else he has to say. But like I said, that was one of my favorite quotes from this book. And that's A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. Okay, so actually I got this book from my grandmother, and most of these books I got from my grandmother or my mother. And a few books like these. This one is called The Pledge, Your Master Plan for an Abundant Life. It was $2.99 from a thrift store. I got these from a thrift store. This is The Accidental Billionaires, the founding of Facebook. $4. Future Shock by Alvin Toffler. $3 from a thrift store. And all of these books that I just showed y'all, I only read a little bit. Except for this one. I don't think I've even opened this one. And this, and The Pledge, Your Master Plan for Abundant Life, it was more like a planner. Like, you can write in it. They have like charts and stuff for you to like write into. And I don't think I was feeling this that much. But this one, despite the fact of how thick it is and how many words are in here, I was intrigued by the description. Future shock is about what is happening today to people and groups who are overwhelmed by change. Change affects our products, communities, organizations, even our patterns of friendship and love. Future shock vividly describes the emerging super-industrial world, tomorrow's family life, the rise of new businesses, subcultures, lifestyles, and human relationships, of all of them temporary. Future shock eliminates the world of tomorrow by exploding countless cliches about today. Future shock will intrigue, provoke, frighten, encourage, and above all, change everyone who reads it. So I was like, sign me up. In all of these books, I do have intentions on reading. Like, I'm trying to be a bookworm, okay? You know what they say. And if you don't know what they say, the quote is, dang, what's the quote? If you want to know something, get it in a book, or let me see. Oh, yes, by Malcolm X. If you want to hide something from black people, put it in a book. So I was like, oh no. Ain't nothing gonna be hidden from me, because I'm gonna be reading. But no, seriously, on a serious note, like, I'm trying to be reading out here in the streets. Like, less phone time, more book time. That's what I'm trying to do. And this book, also by my grandmother. Not by my grandmother. I got it from my grandmother. It's Write It Down, Make It Happen. And basically, it's a book about manifestation. If you don't know what that is, then I suggest you look that up. I'm not about to explain. Live in each season as it passes. Breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit. Henry David Thoreau. All of these books, I feel like I read a little bit and then stopped. I wonder why that happens. Like, why I don't just, like, keep going? Oh, this is by Henriette Ann Closser. An inspiring, uplifting book. It allows us to experience the powerful self-healing effects that can occur when we share our innermost vulnerable thoughts in writing. Knowing what you want and getting it. Purr. Okay, so since I'm in this section picking out books, show y'all this. I haven't yet to read this, but when I first got it, it was like a book that was trending and everyone was like, you have to get this. And I guess I just fell for it. Fell for the propaganda or whatever you want to call it. But I seen someone on TikTok giving this a review, and she said it was basically geared towards the male perspective rather than, you know, all groups. But it's The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And I heard a lot about this book. And this is probably my first time actually opening up and like looking at the chapter names. But like I said, I have great intentions on reading all of these books that I have here. But this is a pretty lengthy book, and look how small the words are. Now, I do love some poetry. I do love me some poetry. And these two books, oh, I got this from Walmart. I got this Homebody by Rupi Kaur. I hope I'm saying her name right. Got it for $11.88. And it's a poetry book. Both of these, Chameleon Aura by Billy Chapata. And I did finish this book. I actually finished both of these books. books. Being that it is a poetry book. Oh wait, did I finish this? Yeah, I believe I did. Some pages have this, you know, not much words, so I can read it quicker. But let me read a poem to you all. After feeling disconnected for so long, my mind and body are finally coming back to each other. Homebody, that's the description. Okay, page 102. We've ruined our only home for convenience and profit, neither of which will be useful once the earth can't breathe. Talk about it. And Chameleon Aura. I am rough around the edges. I am imperfect in my thought process. I am a work in progress, but I am worthy of love in all its sweetness. Let's read a page. Oh! This is the page that I just landed on, 122. Alone but never lonely. I was just talking about this to my nieces. Was it them? Yeah, my nieces and my sister. You've got to have a certain divinity. I'm gonna look it up. Divinity. You've got to have a certain divinity for me to want to share space with you. I'm such an introvert, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Being an I hope everyone okay out there. I just heard a sound outside. Sorry. Let me start over. You've got to have a certain divinity for me to want to share space with you. I'm such an introvert, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Being an introvert has given me awareness that only few can understand. I'm thankful for the time alone that I get to learn about myself. I can't connect with other people if you have a disconnect within yourself. Talk about it, please. Nurture your internal relationship. Give it water and light. I love this book. This is probably one of my first books that I actually bought. Like, when I was trying to, like, you know, build up my book collection, this is one of my first books. Wait, I want to mark this page because I love it. And it's like I'm talking to me. And one thing I want to start doing, writing more in my books, because I do want to, like, look back at all the books I used to read and see, like, how I was thinking when I read those pages. Do have a whole bunch of magazines, just to throw that out there. Cosmopolitan magazines. Not showing y'all the cover because my address is on it. Okay, next up is more books that my mother gave me. Now, the people that know Zane, y'all will probably question why my mama gave me these, but I am mature enough, you know. But this one, I started reading this. I was like, oh, maybe another year in my life, maybe I would enjoy this more. I don't know. But I have yet to open these two, but this cover, I don't know why, but it reminds me of the movie Waiting to Exhale. But this one is called Shame on It All by Zane. This one is called Nervous. And y'all seen this one already. Y'all know how to read. So that's my little Zane collection. Two more books that my mother gave me. And it's way more, but I'm just showing y'all these. This one is called Robbie's Wife, which I am pretty excited to see. I mean, to see. It's not a movie. But if it is, I'll probably want to see that in movies. Jack Stone fled Los Angeles, a failed marriage, and a failing career as a screenwriter to spend 6 months in the remote English countryside, hammering out the new script that would put him back on top. But what he found wasn't solitude and peace, it was temptation. Because Maggie Barlow, the wife of the man putting him up, had something irresistible about her, something that could drive a man to kill. This one, I think this might be one of my... I think I keep saying that, but I actually do want to read this. It's by two black women, Virginia DeBerry and Donna Grant. It's called Better Than I Know Myself. It looks like the price was $5.98 for this novel. In life, all we really have is the moment and the memory. For real. I'm gonna just read this little bit. Jewel, Regina, and Carmen could not be more different. When they met as freshmen at Columbia University, they're pretty confident that a relationship among them isn't in the cards. I plan on reading this very soon. But my thing is, I tried the whole like reading multiple books thing and it didn't work out. I have to read one at a time. So I have to finish this before I move on to any other book, which is a challenge for me because it's hard for me to focus with this book. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just not that interesting to me, but I don't want that to be the reason. I want to finish the book. Okay. Now, this title reminded me of the series on Netflix. I believe it's on Netflix, which is called She's Gotta Have It. This one's called Gotta Have It by Shauna A. Grundy. Gotta Have It is loaded with drama and poetic lyrics. Its portrayal of a young woman caught up on the glitz of the entertainment world touches every emotion. Ashley Thompson has total disregard of her self-worth and searches for happiness outside of herself. Even with the mental anguish associated with the chase, Ashley can't seem to give up on her fantasy until something happens to force her into reality. Something like, what, Ashley, girl? The next one is my most recent book that I bought, which is a crystal book. I enjoy collecting crystals. For my birthday, I got 4 new ones. Ooh, look at this one. And I decided to get this book. It's from Marshall's. I decided to get this book because I wanted to learn more about it. Wanted to learn more about all the crystals and their purpose and what they do and all that stuff. Maybe I should make that a YouTube video. Let me know in the comments. I'm just do 2 more. 2 more books. I'm gonna just show y'all. So, this, When Chicken Heads Come Home to Roost by Joan Morgan. And I love the cover art. And I actually read this back in sophomore year of college. It was a part of the assignments we were doing. But let me read the description and then we can move on to the next one. Because Joan Morgan offers a provocative and powerful look into the life of modern black women. A complex world in which feminists often have not so clandestine affairs with the most sexist of men, where women who treasure their independence frequently prefer men who pick up the tab, where the deluge of baby mothers and baby fathers reminds black women who long for marriage that traditional nuclear families are a reality for less than 40% of the population, and where black women are forced to make sense of a world where truth is no longer black and white, but subtle, intriguing shades of gray. Still fresh, funny, and irreverent after 18 years. And to give this book a rating, I'll say 9 out of 10. Being that I feel like The last time I read it was sophomore year of college, and I didn't really grasp the whole thing. So maybe I should give this another read, because maybe I will understand it way better. I like this book. Okay, last book, but definitely not least, is a book I got from the dollar store. It was like $1 and some change. And the reason why I wanted to buy this book is because of the title. Rules for Being a Girl. And I'm like, rules for being a girl? Who are you to tell me? Right? So I bought it. Remember, girls, put a little color on your face, shave your legs, don't wear too much makeup, don't wear short skirts, don't distract the boys by having a body. Don't be one of those girls who can't eat pizza. You're getting the milkshake too? Whoa. Have you gained weight? Don't get skinny. Don't get so skinny, your curves disappear. Don't get so curvy, you aren't skinny. Don't take up too much space. Be funny, but don't hog the spotlight. Be smart, but you have a lot to learn. Don't be a doormat, but God, don't be bossy. Be chill, be easygoing, act like one of the guys. Don't actually act like one of the guys. Be a feminist, support the sisterhood. Don't be easy, don't give it up. Don't be a prude. Don't be cold. Don't put him in the friend zone. Don't act desperate. Don't let things go too far. Don't give him the wrong idea. Now this sticker's in the way. Okay, let me start off with, don't put him in the friend zone. Don't act desperate. Don't let things go too far. Don't give him the wrong idea. Don't blame him for trying. Don't walk alone at night. But calm down. Don't worry so much. You can do anything. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. Just don't forget to smile. That's all I got to say. Time went on, and the girls can do anything. So speak up. I can't hear you. But also manners, young lady. This is going to be my next read. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing up, spending some time with me, and looking at my book collection. I didn't show y'all all of my books, but if you want a part 2, then comment. And maybe I should start a book club. We should start a book club. I've always been into that, but the opportunity never presented itself. So, and I never, like, I don't know, I never thought too much about it. Like, I never thought too long about, like, hosting a book club, but I'm down for it if y'all are. What's it? Which book y'all want to start with? Oh, okay, this is the last one. This is the last one and most important one, probably, honestly. Heal Thyself for Health and Longevity by Queen Afua. I hope I'm saying her name right. But girl, just look this up and you'll know. If you don't know her face, then baby, where you at? Under a rock? But thank y'all for watching. I thought this would be a pretty cool video for y'all. Something new. Well, new for me. Thank y'all for watching, and I